How are
I'm
you?
yeah, I'm doing great. Thank you so much for asking. What about you?
Yes, even I'm good. So, we had a conversation, but we couldn't do that time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
Could
due
not.
to some problem. Okay. So again, I think it's again going now, going coming off and on. So let's see.
Yeah, again it is happening. Maybe I don't have any idea why it is happening.
Yeah,
I
even
don't
I don't know.
think
Even
that
I don't know. Yeah.
issue.
So let us try to do this. But if it goes well, if we get the video, then it's okay. Otherwise, again someday. Yeah. So
Yeah, we'll
yeah.
try.
So tell me about your introduction once again.
Yeah, sure. So, as you know, my name is Anjali Kumari and I am 19 years old. I'm from Bihar. As far as my educational qualification is concerned, I am pursuing my graduation from Bachelor of Arts. As far
Okay.
as my hobbies are concerned, I love interacting with people from different states and countries. As far as my strength is concerned, I can admit any kind of situation anytime. So, that was the brief introduction I believe about me. Thank you.
Yeah, lovely introduction and good to know about you.
Thank you.
Okay, so I think, yeah, even I need to give my introduction to you, is it? Okay.
Yes, ma'am. You should.
So, as you know, I am Alka and I'm connecting you from Lucknow. Also, about my academics, I'm postgraduate in English. If I talk about my hobbies, then I love to read and play chess sometimes. But nowadays, my hobby is like talking to different people. So, but we need to talk. This is it's out of compulsion or out of passion, we can say. Right.
Yes, ma'am.
So we need to talk every day. So my some hobbies are left behind. I couldn't pursue those hobbies nowadays actually. Yeah. So
All right.
how you yeah, so how you practice your English is very nice, Anjali.
Thank you so
So
much, ma'am.
yes, so I want to know about you. Like when did you start this journey of yours? Because you speak very well.
Well, if I talk about when did I start learning English, before 6 months ago, I started learning English. In order to improve my communication skills, I watched a lot of YouTube videos as well as I practiced by myself. I talked to the people. So this is how I'm improving. And one thing which I would like to share with you that is I'm very much into the pronunciation, accent either. I love listening to the foreigners. I love their accent. Therefore, I have started watching their videos only, like English videos, podcast, conversation videos, there so that I can adapt their accent.
Okay, lovely, lovely. So you are trying to get your different accent. You're working on your accent, right?
Yes,
So what
ma'am.
kind of like American accent or I think British is much tougher. I think
Yeah,
American accent is easy to copy.
yes, ma'am.
So how you do that? I mean to say that practice of yours with the accent. You go for shadowing practice or what you do?
Shadowing practice is okay. I go for that, but apart from this, I make sure to listen to them, carefully, so that whatever they are speaking, I can copy it. And later on, I
Okay,
try to speak the way they spoke in that video. I just listen to them carefully, and after watching entire videos, I make sure
okay,
to practice in their way. So this is how I try to adapt their accent.
okay, very nice. So as we are talking about the accent on that American and British accent. So let's talk something about the impact of Western culture on our Indian youth. Right.
Yeah, sure.
So there are many, like nowadays our youth are trying to following those Western culture in the sense of dressing, in the sense of eating habits. Their eating habits are also changed. And yeah, in the songs and all that you find those, impact of Western music is a lot of impact, But earlier there was, people never used to listen those English songs, you know what I mean to say is that. But nowadays even small children they know about the English songs and all that. So, what do you would like to say? Do you think that Indian youth is getting that impact of Western culture?
Yeah, obviously, they all are adapting the culture of Western. Like they are just into the Western culture only in terms of wearing clothes, in
Yeah.
terms of eating foods, and everything. In today's
Sure.
era, we all are just forgetting our own culture. I believe that earlier, if I talk about the women, my mother, they didn't used to wear the short clothes. They didn't
Yes.
used to go outside for late night and for late parties. But in today's era, you can find most of the girls and boys goes go outside after 10 and 12 p.m. and they are just living their life according to themselves. Even they have forgotten listen to their parents, and they are not
Yes.
taking that which should help them.
Yes. Of course, of course. So what I remember is that even I want to share something from my side. Like when I was young, so what I used to see my mother, like mother, my parents, they would go to anywhere attending the function, maybe marriages or birthday parties. Birthday parties were not celebrated that time. So marriages were there. So when my parents used to go, so what I remember is that my mother used to wear only sari. And my father used to wear the pants, of course, but my grandfather, what I remember is that he used to wear that dhoti and kurta. So whenever he used to visit somewhere at the marriages. But gradually, that time has been changed. So what we see is that, still what I find is that sari looks elegant wherever we go in the functions. But the girls are adopting those culture of Western. They have a great impact on their dressing sense because we see the girls they wearing jeans, the jeans and the t-shirts, and yeah. So I think it's a great impact on, especially on the girls, because see, boys
Yeah,
are wearing jeans. I think from they are so what to say casually they wear their dresses, but when I see to the girls they wear it's very comfortable. What I think is that I don't know so how a person feels while wearing jeans, but I think this dress is much comfortable. So this thing even we have adapted from the Western culture, right?
and I also believe the same thing. Like we are supposed to, being an Indian, we should not try to adapt Western culture a lot. Okay, adapting is all right completely. It ups to the people how they want to look and how they want to live their life. But
Yeah,
as far as Indian culture is concerned, we should not forget it because so many foreigners they come to the India to visit to only know about the culture and custom of India, but they find everywhere every people adopting their own caste, own culture. So they feel disappointed. Maybe they feel
yeah,
that my culture is better than them. That's why
yeah.
they are adopting. So we should try to be in our culture either.
Yes, and you see the food habits are also been changed. It's like we never heard about those, burgers and pizzas and these
Mhm.
things. So this is the great impact of Western culture. Of course, see our children, they usually what they most of the time they love to eat this fast food. But it's very
Mhm.
dangerous for health. If somebody continuously into this habit, so it is impacting somewhere to our digestive system. What I feel is that. So it's very hard to digest. Okay, it's not light food, but yeah, the junk food is very much we have adopted from Western culture only. Initially, like people used to eat only those, the very common food. I mean to say, puri sabji in a marriages, and some along with some sweets and all that. But they were not to be seen anywhere. These noodles and burgers and pizzas. So, but nowadays it has become a trend. Like in the marriages also you will find this. Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think at least in the marriages we should try to show our culture. We should not try to promote their culture and adopt their culture. In today's era, I can find lots of the bride they are not like following the culture of India. Instead of wearing the lehengas, saris, they prefer to wear their like gown and like
Ah,
Western culture uh, clothes which cannot identify your culture.
yes, of course. And see, one more thing I would like to mention is that live-in relationship. See, earlier, no, we never heard also, like when I was your age, so I never heard this term live-in relationship. But nowadays it's been very common. So in the cities also, earlier we used to hear about like in Western countries only, we would hear sometime that this trend is there over there, but not in Indian culture. But nowadays it's become a very common thing in India itself. So what do you think this culture is good or not? Live-in relationship?
Living relationships, I think being Indian is not good. It is Western culture. They live in living relationship, and most of the time, what we have found that is living relationships doesn't work for a long period of time. At the certain time, it is going to be like some people are going to be like they are going to leave each other and they are going
Yes,
to be separate from each other at the certain time. So relationships is not made for Indian culture. It is made for
yes.
them. We should not try to adopt this culture.
Of
We should
course.
obey our parents. And if somebody is in love and somebody wants to get married to somebody, so they can definitely tell their parents and get married to that person. But living relationship is quite sound
Yeah.
very weird, I believe.
Yeah, it sounds very weird, of course. See, when it comes to, we see so many like in the big cities, actually the metro cities. Even in small towns also, this trend has become very common. So we talk about this living relationship and all that. But what I feel is that society doesn't accept this nowadays. So, in the sense is that we hear about a lot about this relationship, but when it comes to our own family, suppose I had a daughter, but I don't have a daughter. Unfortunately, I have no daughter. So, if I had a daughter, and if I could hear from her that she's living in some relationship, so I would not accept it by anyhow. So, what I
Yeah.
think is that even parents are not accepting this, but I think. They don't listen. The such kind of girls and boys, they don't listen to their parents. What I feel is that,
Yeah.
against the parents' wishes, they go against their parents' wishes and do this. But I think Indian society won't accept this.
It is not accepting, but beyond of the Indian parents, people are going and people are facing the consequences because most of the time living relationships have not found successfully. Living relationship has no any future, I believe, because at the
Yes,
certain time you're going to break that relationship and you are going to be in depression. Maybe you won't be able to trust on another person due to some reasons, due to your experience. So I think that you should try to learn something like discipline is very much important. People should
yes,
have discipline in their life, and obeying parents or senior citizens is absolutely very much important because they have more experience than us. We
yes,
Gen Zs believe that our parents and our like senior citizens are nothing front of us, but they have a more experience than us, so they can give us
yes,
a
right.
good life lesson.
Yeah, and in this living relationship, what I feel is that somebody is not adjusting over there. So they try for some other relationship. Once they will leave this one, and then again they try for somebody else. And that couple again starts living in relationship. But this trend is very much, I don't accept this. And there are so many changes. What I see, the impact of Western culture is that much. What I feel is that, see, earlier, divorces were very, very few. Only we would hear sometime that a certain girl has been divorced and in a family. So that was considered a very big, huge thing if somebody was getting the divorce. But now it
Yeah.
has become very common. All this we have accepted from the Western only. Very easily, they don't want to adjust in the family. So, and of course, the trend is that between the couples, if they get married, they don't want to stay with their in-laws. They want to live in a separate. So the concept of nuclear family is also in trend. Earlier, girls used to get married. They used to come in a family with 20 or maybe 18 or 20 people with them under the same roof. Under the same roof, so many people live, and the girl adjusted very well. But the concept has been changed, and this is the concept from where it came. It came from the Western. So we find in Western culture, you will never hear people living in a joint family. Never I
No,
have heard. Yeah.
their
So
parents
sorry.
after after becoming adult, they do
Yeah.
not even allow their parents to live with them.
Yes. Of
Yeah,
course
and
they.
and
Huh.
Indian culture we are supposed to die. We are supposed to spend our throughout the life with our parents. We are not
Yes,
supposed to leave them and live separately. This is not good at all. And in
yes.
today's era, you can find people want only privacy. They do not want somebody's who can come
Ah,
between them. This is what is
they,
happening. This is absolutely wrong, I believe. That's
they
why they are
don't
ruining
really.
their life because they don't
And
have
you know,
anyone senior at their house who can guide them.
of course. And actually, what the girls, they don't want to take the responsibility of the elders. Like when they come to the new house, they want what they want is that only that girl and her husband should be there, not anyone else. So this culture is very weird. I don't find it good. But nowadays the trend is such. So
Yeah.
if I talk about one joint family, she's my buaji. My buaji is no more. But in that house, you won't trust. There were 21 members in that house. My buaji, her co-sister, the elder one, then younger one, and their family, their children, their daughter-in-laws. So all living in the same house. And whenever I used to go there, I used to like ask my cousin, the close cousin of mine, my buaji's daughter, like how many brothers and sisters you have, and she could count on her fingers, and she would tell, yeah, we are 11 sisters and four brothers. So, but I found it very weird how like you have 15 siblings you are. So they used to count in this way. So this trend has been changed. I think nobody prefers living in the in the joint family nowadays.
Yeah,
And still
everybody
that
wants
house is there in
it.
Agra. Still that same trend is maintained over there. And that is, I think, that is the one house. What I feel is that in that Agra city, because I have never seen joint families living like 18 or 20 persons are living in the same house. It's very difficult to adjust over there. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, obviously, this is what is happening in our today's era. Even we are not, it's not only about wearing the clothes, it's not only about having foods. I
Yeah.
believe that while adapting Western culture, we are forgetting to give respect to the people. We are forgetting humanity, like
Yes,
kindness.
of course.
That is supposed to be have into the people as a person, as a human being. We are supposed to have some mercy to the people, but every day, ever since we started using social media, we can find people hating
Yeah.
each other, jealousing of each other, killing each other. This is what is happening after adopting Western culture. They are just
Yes.
trying to just like they're just jealousing of each other. If you are somebody who is progressing in your life, his and her life, and your
Yeah.
relatives, your neighbors will not find good, they will jealous of you and somehow they will try to ruin. Why it is happening? Because
Yes.
where we are lacking in our discipline and somewhere we are lacking in ourselves, we are not giving anybody like respect as
Respect.
much as we deserve.
Yeah. That respect. Yeah, correct. So we are losing those values, traditional values we are losing. And like nowadays what I see is that children, they don't want to touch the feet of their elders. But it was very much in tradition in all the families. What I see, especially in my family. I don't know about other families. So it's about the trend. In anybody elders come to your house, we used to, like, my brothers used to get up at one, and they would, without asking my parents, like, who have come to my house, like who are they, how they are related to us. Nothing they would ask, because it was meant for them that they need to touch the feet of the elders. But now if I tell my son, they will come and ask me, who has come first, tell me. So whether I should go or not. So who is, so this is quite inquiry, now the children make about this. But earlier, we don't dare to question our parents. Yeah.
Yeah. But even if I talk about in today's era, what I can observe from my society and from my surrounding, that if
Yeah.
any relatives comes to home, we do not feel like going to them, talking to them, spending some time with them. We love our privacy. We love our phone. We love watching
Yes.
our phone and being in one single room. My
Of
mom, she
course.
calls me 2 3 times, Anjali, please come. Somebody has come. I love helping my mom with the household chores, and I
Yeah,
love giving a best hospitality to my guest. Whenever
yeah,
any guest arrives at my home, I feel so glad to have them at my home. I believe that every time we cannot get a some quality time with the
yeah.
others. So if we're getting some opportunity to spend some time with them, so we should do all the time.
Of course.
We do what we do all the time. We just keep on watching our phones, do our work. So this is what we do. But apart from this, we should also spend some time with their family member, with those
Yes,
relatives who arrive at our home. So this is what we are supposed to do. But in today's era, nobody wants. Everybody wants their
of course.
privacy.
Yes, yes, that is what everybody, they mind their own business. They don't need to like even consultation. They don't need to consult the elders. So it has become very much what to say in the trend. These kind of things. So see, as Holi is round the corner. So what I feel is that even the holy time. What I remember is long ago, like when I was young. So what I used to see is that so many person used to come on the holy time. After Holi also to meet us and to meet my parents. But now what I see is that nobody comes actually. Only few, like those who are very close to you, only those they will come to your house. But this trend has been, diminishing by and by. Gradually it's going. Initially what we used to see, so it was very fun loving, this festival is. So like, but what I see is that nobody comes nowadays. Very few people comes. Even
Yes, yeah.
so, have you also seen this change
Yeah,
about the festival?
I have also observed this, change. When I
Yeah,
was child, I used to celebrate Holi in my village, and village Holi had different vibes, different aura. And people used to come together, spend some time, like share the meals and
yeah,
whatever used to be cooked at home. But in today's era, we are only supposed to spend time on the Holi with our family member, and few neighbors only come. Even
yeah,
they don't feel like staying and sitting, talking, gossiping. They just come, apply color, and go. So this is how
yes,
we have started celebrating the festival as well.
yes, yes, yes. Okay, so what I think is that Anjali, like our time has been, yeah. Okay, so
Yeah,
wishing you the best wishes for Holi and have
you
good
too.
fun and play a good festival. Okay, so bye. Yes.
You too. Bye.
Yes.